Hello, my name is Jeff. This is consultation, your 2A self-defense law network. I saw this video about 4 or 5 months ago, and I was waiting for a resolution on it. And when I saw ASP do a video on it, I went back to it to see if there was a disposition on it, and the source has been taken down. The original guy who put it up, this video, has taken it down. So that tells me one thing. He may be a little bit of trouble for it. And he doesn't want it to get onto an act of self-protection who's probably going to have 1 million views on this thing in a couple months. All right. Or at least a couple 100,000 views on it. I'm going to be using his video, ASP's video, because again, the source has been taken down. And I have a little bit of different spin on this, because the reason why this originally had an interest on me is this. CCWSafe, the biggest problem that they have is brandishing, right? Andrew Baraka has also indicated that his biggest issue is people brandishing. This is about brandishing. And ASP is right. It all depends on your state, somewhat. It all depends on your state. It also depends on your county, your city, and the prosecutor at the time. It could be very different within each prosecutor. A couple of years can go by, a different prosecutor could be on the case, and he'll see it in a totally different light. That is why brandishing is a bad idea, no matter what. If it is legal or if it's not legal in your state. I had a question about 6 months ago. If I am in an open to carry state and I am concealed carry and I get into a confrontation with somebody and I went from concealed carry to open carry, is that considered brandishing? Well, it's an interesting question. The gun showing itself isn't brandishing, but it's what your intent is. What is your intent in showing that person the gun? What is it? I mean, if you were in a physical altercation and you went from concealed carry to open carry, what is your intention? Is it to intimidate the person? Or is it to cut down on the time where you can grab onto that gun, get it out of the holster, and put lead down range? What do you think is going to be the narrative of the prosecutor? All right? Some states, just that gun, the sight of the gun during a confrontation is totally subjective to the person who's looking at the gun, not you. But let's I'm getting a little bit off base here, but let's go through this a little bit.
You're still good.
Okay, the truck drives by, and this guy in the Charger honks his horn. Why? Are you a totally innocent party at this point? Let's keep on going.
Whoa!
The guy goes into your lane, slams on the brake, and to me, I mean, look at all the room on the left side. He could have gone off to the left side. I know I'm Monday morning quarterbacking, but if I'm looking at this, it looks like he intentionally love tapped his car.
Hold on.
Now what is he doing? You didn't hear it. He said, "Son of a bitch, hold on." He's chasing him. At that point, he's chasing him. Are you prolonging the fight? Are you provoking the fight now? You've already honked the horn. You basically provoked it. All right. Are you a complete innocent party if this thing goes to the final scenario? I mean, we talked about it on the last weekend's video.
Oh my god.
Get on the phone. Call 911.
So now they're in a parking lot. Okay, he's following them. If someone's being aggressive to you, do you really want to follow somebody, especially if you have someone in the car? You know, the person who's in the car classified as a friend, and she starts talking about her husband. If my friend was taking my wife home and put her in jeopardy like this jackhole did, I would have a few words with him also. All right? Now let's keep on going
Yes,
on.
I
You gonna
need
stop?
the police department.
You gonna stop?
I need the police department.
You gonna
on the
stop?
phone. We've just
Yeah,
been
look at your car.
guy
Stop?
Are you gonna stop?
I did stop. I'm
guy
right
kept
here.
slamming on his brakes and cut in front of us
You
on
pulled in the parking lot.
Central Avenue in front of.
Look at your
Please tell me what this verbal exchange is actually doing for anybody. What is your narrative? All right, I'm going to be talking about the narrative and how it's important to leave breadcrumbs. But the truth about a narrative is this: if there's not corroborating evidence toward your narrative, those narratives that you built, try to defend yourself, isn't going to be there. There has to be some corroborating evidence. And this video, I like to say, if you're ever in an incident like this, don't put it on YouTube. Wait till the total resolution of the entire case. Then you can probably start making money on YouTube with your incident, okay? But it's interesting how people get into these situations and put it on YouTube. There was a guy several years ago in Utah who talked about his thing, and it was borderline, and it's just like he took it down eventually. Don't put your life or death situations on YouTube. Don't do it.
Yeah, I
Oakland.
know. You're gonna pay for
call
it.
the cops.
They're on the phone.
You hit me.
Right now we're at Oakland. Right now
You
they're
slammed on your brakes in
Bowling
front of me.
Pond.
You cut in
before
front of me.
Bowling Pond.
I've got it on my GoPro. I've got it on camera.
The guy, he's a black pickup truck,
Okay, we'll see.
and
Okay.
right now I
Okay,
am.
we'll wait on the cops to get here.
Yes, I'm in the passenger seat of my friend's car. Michael, you've got a Dodge what? Michael, what's your car? It's a Dodge,
Silver Dodge Charger.
silver Dodge Charger. He actually has a camera, a GoPro in his windshield. No, ma'am, we're pulled off into a parking lot. Michael, I need his tag number. No, we are before Bullweevil Pond, where the red light is, where you go off onto Higdon Ferry. Yes. The guy started screaming and
Okay, he gets out of his car. I don't know why people get out of their car. If someone's going to be confrontational to you, why would you want to get out of your car? Especially if you have a handgun on you, because of what? Well, the natural escalation point is to draw the gun, and that's exactly what he did. The other thing is, your car is a barrier. It is a physical protection that will help you a lot. I know there's a lot of people going to say, well, if he brings out a gun at this point, you're going to be shooting. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, and it's just small-minded people because the threat isn't there yet. If you did have a gun there and then, you have to deal with it then. The law doesn't allow you to react to possible scenarios. You react to known scenarios. So here he is. He's outside on his phone with something. And I just think it is, well, the one thing I want to get to is, if you're in your car, a lot of states give you added special protections for being in your car. All right? You exit in your car, you may no longer have those added legal protections, and now you're sitting here in the open. Let's keep on going.
Follow me and get hit again.
yeah, it's
Where
still,
was I
still
gonna
yelling.
stop? Where was I gonna stop?
I need to call my husband. He's with the sheriff's department.
Where was I gonna stop? Where was I gonna stop?
Okay.
Hey, where was I gonna stop? Listen to this guy. Yeah, where was I gonna stop?
Right now,
I
it's
got
just
a
yelling
kid.
out the window. He's got somebody in his vehicle. Dude, I can't tell. But he cut over in front of us and then slammed on his
You're an idiot.
brakes.
Hey, what'd you
And
call
then-
me? What'd you call me?
Okay, this is where I want to come in. You can hear the guy in the hat. You can hear him. He's not being threatening. He's not saying, I'm going to beat your face in, I'm going to rape your daughter, whatever bad people want to say. When you're dealing with this stuff, the AOJ triad is a tried and true method of seeing if this is a life or death situation. And let's go to jeopardy right now. Is he showing any kind of jeopardy where he intends to beat you up, threaten you with death or great bodily harm, or whatever? He's just not doing it. What happened? This guy called him stupid, and now he has a problem with it. You know, what are you doing? You are provoking the fight by calling this guy stupid or an idiot. One of the two. I forget what it is. They're both idiots. They're both stupid. This should have never came down. What is the guy doing right now? Well, he's pulling for his gun. All right, let's keep on going.
Okay, my friend is like.
So now you see the gun down at the low ready. Well, low lazy ready. We talked about this before. Why is the gun out? The gun only should be out if you're going to use it. We talked about a guy who was in a church dealing with a deranged man, showed his gun. Guy didn't back off, right? Came after him, got shot. Another situation in southern Minnesota. A good doer, a bystander, was helping another car in an accident. The driver of that car was totally belligerent. Alexander Weiss, showed the gun. The 17-year-old didn't back down. He got shot. The only difference between, well, I'm jumping ahead a little bit about this thing, is that in this situation, this guy isn't going to get shot. Every state is different as far as brandishing goes. Some states don't have brandishing laws. They have aggravated assault charges and what your intent was. Sometimes it doesn't go by your intent. It goes by what the guy in the red hat is thinking. You know, when he left, he said he was going to call the cops because the guy pulled a gun on him. All right? I am not a big fan of pulling a gun out because what is the sole purpose? What is the sole purpose of that gun being out right now? Do you really think it is so he would have less of a time to get it out of his holster? It's for intimidation. It's for intimidation purposes. That is the sole purpose, in my opinion, why this gun is out. Let's keep on going.
To carry, so he just pulled out his gun. Yeah, because the guy came out after him.
Okay, I want to. You're going to be looking at these two. You're going to say, "Well, this guy is pretty tall, and this guy is, you know, a little bit of Napoleon complex." All right. People are going to, you know, you go to a class and you're going to be learning about disparity of force. Disparity of force is not always a disparity of force. Just because somebody is bigger than you doesn't mean that it automatically qualifies for being a disparity of force. You have to be in an imminent threat of death or great bodily harm. Is he in imminent threat of death or great bodily harm? Does this person have the ability and opportunity to cause death or great bodily harm right now, just at this instance? Just because there are multiple attackers or this guy is bigger than him doesn't qualify you to use a gun. It just doesn't. And that gets a lot of people into a lot of problems. And again, this video has been taken down. Why? Why has it been taken down? I don't know yet, but it's interesting. There's only one reason why you would take this video down, is that you are getting too much backlash for it, or it doesn't present you in a very good light, or he actually got a halfway decent lawyer and told him to take it down, idiot.
My friend has a concealed carry permit.
Listen to the guy.
Michael, put the gun up, please. Michael. Okay.
Look, man. Look.
So he puts the gun away and he starts using his telephone in his gun hand. Okay, I don't know if this guy is trained very well at all.
Yes, his gun is holstered again.
Pull the gun on me. Yeah, and
You hear that? You pulled a gun on me. Next thing is, I'm going to call the police. He did pull a gun on him. That was for intimidation factors. Don't give me about this brandishing thing, what you can and can't do with brandishing. That is not, you worrying about brandishing laws has nothing to do about the fight itself, but about the fight in the courtroom. There is only one reason why this person brought the gun out, and that is to intimidate. It isn't anything else. It isn't to cut down on the time. It just isn't. All right? Was he in fear for his life or great bodily harm? The AOJ triad. Was he showing jeopardy? He was walking to him. Well, who started the fight? Who was outside of the car? Who called the guy an idiot? Who? Who honked his horn? You know, who followed him closely into the parking lot? Who? My name is Jeff. This is Consultation, your 2A Self-Defense Law Network. I hope this helped.